few years ago, we had the privilege of getting this house, and you were really only excited about one thing, which was the garden.
And this apple tree.
And this apple tree.
Was pretty much the reason
that was the
we
reason.
bought the house.
One of the nice things about like this, like we live in like an older neighborhood, and so it's like the short fences, and you can get to basically see people over the fence, literally sitting on their deck. And sometimes people find that a bit weird, but actually it's helped us get to know our neighbors. We've had same set of neighbors on this side the whole time. This set of neighbors have changed, but it's been really cool to get to know some new people and just to be around in our garden. And we spent a lot of time gardening.
Yeah, we basically realized the more we were out, we were able to like be visible and like see our neighbors more, talk to them like over the fence, be out in the front, get to know people.
Our neighbor to our left here, in the kind of heat of COVID, at one point like their car broke down and their son needed to get to work, and because we spent lots of time in the garden, we got to know them pretty well and hang out, and so they kind of came over and said, hey, could you take my son to work? And it ended up being like a few weeks, I think, of driving out to Spruce Grove, and it was super fun to like spend some time in the car with him and just chat and hang out. But it all came around from just like being around in the garden, and there's been some really cool stories of like people even in our neighborhood who have led and blessed us from like this space too. Like I think of like the guy who lives just down the street, who helps the youth emergency shelter, and he'll come by in like early September, mid-September time, and get a whole bunch of apples, and he'll go and take them to the youth emergency center.
Yeah, we got to know him, and we're like, come back anytime. Like, so we get, in a weird way, like just by being like open with our space, I guess, we get to help other people go bless other people indirectly, but again, just like giving what we have, which is this space that we've tried to cultivate into a place where I guess people want to spend time and be. And
like, I don't actually think we do it that great. Like, we just garden.
Yeah, it feels like a really small thing, because there's like so many people who like, even like we're still learning, and we like make a lot of mistakes along the way, but just like stewarding what God has given us and spending time out in the garden, and it's like, it's fun for us. It's a way to like connect with nature, it's a way to connect with God, it's a way to take care of, his earth, and it can feel like there is pressure to like do these big elaborate things when you think of like go, to like go somewhere. We literally are just like trying to be here in our backyard and like get to know the people that like live on opposite sides of fences or across the road from us, which doesn't feel like a very big thing at all. It doesn't feel like going, but it's just like kind of taking that small step with like what you have, and then letting God use you, and then seeing how he like continues to use you and grow you in the future.